Hello, welcome to our new training section. This Total Empowerment Network, known as 10, is a subsidiary of Growth Mentor International. My name is Prince Yemi Kasali, one of the board members of 10. Okay, today we shall be talking on how to start an online business selling other companies' products. We've talked about branding, we've talked about making your own brand and supplying people, making your own name sells around. But a lot of us might still feel that is cost intensive. But to me, I believe if you find out, you realize that it is not as costly as we think. But to solve the issues of doubt, we are making a new training on a system whereby all you just need to do is just to be the middleman, and your name still remains the powerful seller online. All you just need to do is to have access to other companies' products, sell their product through an existing sales channel or your own website, then you keep the profit. This process is called dropshipping. Dropshipping is a process of selling and shipping goods directly to wholesalers from a third-party supplier or vendor without an intermediary. So how does this work? Number one, you need to get a dropshipper or a wholesaler that can provide the facility. What I mean by dropshipper is a particular person who has access to thousands of different manufacturer or suppliers. So all they do is just to have access to them and give you the access to sell those products, and they shipping the product on your behalf, or you deal with the wholesalers directly, or you deal with the manufacturers directly. But you can hardly see manufacturers who will ship products in one or few quantity. You understand? So maybe you look for an wholesaler that is easier seen, or a dropshipper. The difference between the two is that when you're dealing with an wholesaler, it is cheaper, but you have a restriction of what you can sell, or unless you have about 10 wholesalers to send those goods to whoever is requesting. But the advantage of a dropshipper is that you have a platform where you can have thousands or millions of products to sell from just one person. So when they are shipping just from one person. But the disadvantage is it will be a little bit costly than getting it from the wholesalers. Now, all you need to do after that is just to showcase your goods on other people's website like eBay or Amazon, or you just get it done on your own website. That means you can always look for a channel where you could get these products across to the buyers, or you could create your own platform, your own website, where you could make the sales from there. That means you promote your website, they see the product, they make requests, and you tell your dropshipper or your wholesaler to ship to them without them noticing that it is not coming from you. Then you need to find you need to find the consumers to purchase the product. That means you need to start making adverts or making awareness so that people can see the product and make requests. After you've gotten a purchase, then you send the order to the company. That means to your wholesalers or to your dropshipper. They send the goods on your behalf to the customers directly in your name, in your own package. So they could always put the name at which you want the package to carry to them directly. And the customer would even feel that you are the one that is sending the product to them. So then you keep your change. You keep the difference between what the company is collecting and what you are selling. So that's the simple concept of drop shipping. Now, the advantage and disadvantages of drop shipping. There is nothing without advantage and without a disadvantage. So the advantages: we have flexibility of location. For example, if things are not really working in the country which you are, maybe a lot of us believe, oh, you are in Nigeria, you are in Africa, it is not working here, Nigeria is a bad thing, all those things. You have a bad concept, a bad mentality about where you are. Then you have no excuse. You need just to take advantage of other countries' economy. So, for example, if your dropshipper or your wholesaler is based in US, you can decide to be in US and you start making your sales as if you are the one selling from US, that like you're a very powerful company in US. And before you know it, even people from Nigeria will start ordering from you, and you will now tell the company in US to supply them. So you can decide to make it look as if you are in China. You understand? And a lot of people are looking for people to sell them goods from China. So you can always take advantage of any location in the world, and people who are buying from you will never know, because the person that is selling the product or shipping the product is coming from that side. Another thing is diversity. That means you can deviate from one product easily to the other. For example, if you're selling shirts and you feel shirt is no more moving, or you feel you cannot cope with the trend, then you can always move into computers. If computer is not, competition is too high for you, move to electronics. If electronics is too high, then move into vehicles. You understand? So you can always move from one trend to the other easily, because you haven't even paid for those products. So there is nothing anybody could pin you down with. So you can always start selling anything at any time. You can just wake up today and tell yourself you don't want to sell what you're selling again. I want to start selling chalks. You understand? So another thing you need to look into is low capital. Yes, low or no capital, because I'll take this as no capital. Why? Because you don't need to buy anything. All you need money for is, number one, to pay some fee, registration fee, if your company is requesting for it, and it's very low most of the time. It's between $10 to $100, and depend on some companies would ask for $50 per month. So $50 per month is nothing. If you have a store, if you have a shop, you have a store, you always pay something monthly, don't you think so? So it's nothing. So you have a very low capital to start with. Then one other thing is the immediate profit. Whenever you make a sale, you already have your profit, because they are paying to you before you pay to the supplier. So it's nothing. It's so brilliant. It's a very good business. The only thing you need is, how do I market my product, and how do I get a good supplier? If those two are available, you're making your millions. I think we should talk about the negative aspect of it also. So, talking about the disadvantages. Number one disadvantage, I don't see it as a disadvantage, but maybe you call it disadvantage, is the membership fee. There is always a membership fee for some companies. Not every company charges, but some does. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is to have a good, genuine company to drop ship for you. The fee is nothing. So far, it is reasonable. So, but to some people, I cannot. There are a lot of I cannot. But if you cannot, look for companies that will not charge you any fee. There are a lot of them. So another thing is a profit margin. Yes, every one of us understand that selling does not have much profit margin. Even when you're selling locally, we have people that are selling, a lot of snacks, gala, talking about biscuits, sweets, clothes. Even my mom, those days, I know, she always complained, on a bag of rice, I only receive a profit of 100 naira, that kind of a thing. So profit margin in selling is not really going to be high. We know that. But the only thing is, you need to look for a way at which you can sell more in a very short period of time. For example, if you are making a profit of $5, even if it is $1, if you are making about a sales of 1,000 of $1, and you are making 1,000 sales every month, that is $1,000 every month. It's okay for a starter. You understand? That's that. Another thing we should look into, talking about disadvantage, is complication in shipping. Now, this complication mostly comes when you're dealing with the suppliers, when you're dealing with the wholesalers. When you're dealing with the wholesalers, for example, you're dealing with an wholesaler that sells clothes. If they sell clothes and you have another one that sells only shoes, and you have another one that sells jewelries, when somebody is trying to make requests for all, that means from this trend, choose a golden wristwatch, then maybe a shirt to back it up, and a pair of sneakers, to make it look good. You are having 3 different suppliers, so they will be shipping it in 3 different areas, so that may make it look a little bit complicated. And that is one of the advantage of drop shipper. A drop shipper would look for all those people, have them together, so when you make the order, the drop shipper send it all at once. So you can look into a dropshipper, or if you can take care of the wholesalers, talking about having different shipping stuff. If you can handle it, it's okay, because having an wholesalers will make it cheaper, but having a dropshipper will make everything goes once. Now, quality control is also a major problem when talking about drop shipping. One thing we need to look into is quality control. Is a major problem. That's the only fear. But one way to solve that is to look for a genuine supplier of your goods, and also try and request for at least 1 samples of those things, so that you can see what the quality looks like. Because if you don't notice what the quality looks like and they are just sending it onto your buyers, that simply means when the quality is bad, you will be the bad person, because you are the one they know. So you need to be very careful about the quality control. Try and see what you are selling. Don't be blind about what you're selling. One thing we should be talking about again is reliance on the suppliers. Here it is the suppliers that have it all, but you would get the credit and the other side. If they are supplying late, you will be blacklisted. If they are also supplying low quality, you will also be the one to have the other parts, the other side of credit. I know in money is debit, but here it is bad name. So that's that on the advantages and disadvantages. But don't be discouraged. We are only telling you what you should be aware of, so that you know how to take care of it. You really know what you need to know, what it takes to do what to balance your business. Let's take it all over again. Let's really talk about the steps to get this business done. Number 1 is to decide the product you will be selling, and pick your niche. That means you need to decide on which angle you want to move into. But I want you to notice that when choosing, try and choose a less complicated trend. That means a trend where you will be able to make waves. If you are choosing what everybody is choosing, you might not be getting the sales as fast as you should be, because a lot of people had dominated it already. Now then, the next thing is to choose your product wisely. When choosing the product, you should be careful you're choosing a product that will make waves. So another thing is to choose your supplier wisely. When choosing your supplier, make sure you choose someone who is reliable and a professional in that line. And like we said, to know that, you need just to make some direct purchase to see the quality, to see the speed of delivery. That means how fast they deliver, and to see the packaging to know if it is a quack one or a very good one. Then it is crucial to deal with a supplier that communicates with you as fast as possible. That means you don't want to send a request today and it takes about 2-3 days before your supplier sees your message, and before you can think of shipping the product. All this long thing must not be there. It must be somebody that is ready to ship instantly. So that is a very crucial thing when talking about drop shipping. Then you need to think of where to sell your goods. You can take advantage of the social media. I have a lot of people that sells on social media, and the advantage is you just paste it there, give some make some ad on it. You could go on Facebook ad, use Facebook ad. You have your Twitter, you have every Instagram, you have it all. You have YouTube, you have it all. There are a lot of them. You have what do you call these? LinkedIn. You have it all. You have a lot of them like that. Then you could also take advantage of having your website. It is good to have your website. It is very, very good to have your website, because there you will be promoting yourself. You'll be promoting your name. You'll be having your brand, and you'll be branding your own name. So with time, any other thing that comes into place would be, when they know you, they know you. But at the same time, it's a little bit costly to promote your website, because to make your website known will cost you some money. So you can always, join the two together, have a website, promote your website, then do your Facebook advert, your social media advert, direct them to the website to pick their orders, that kind of a thing. Then another thing is you can sell on these existing websites. That means a selling channel. One of the typical example of a channel where you could make your sales is eBay and Amazon. Very soon, on our next training, we shall be laying emphasis on how you could make your sales on eBay and Amazon. We will take the two differently so that you get full empowerment training like we promised. This thing, Okay. One other thing you need to do is if you are making use of eBay or Amazon, you really need to know how it works perfectly, so that you not just be selling one or two things a month. You need to be powerful. You need to be a powerful seller. That's the brilliant thing about it. If you are making one or two sales a month, is nothing. But when you're really making good sales weekly, that makes you rich. You understand? So that is why we even thought of trying to create a training that will take that part of Amazon and eBay, how you can make your sales on Amazon and eBay. After we've taken that, let us introduce you to some dropshipping companies that you could partner with. These are few dropshipping companies that you partner with, but note, this is just our main research. You need to do your visibility studies, and you need to cross-check those websites very well, because we don't want you to forfeit your money to scammers. So take your time to study those companies before you make use of them. These are some sites also where you could make your sales. That means you could sell your product. You could also study them perfectly. But before you go into them, I want you to go into eBay and Amazon first, and you could add one or two or three of these other sites. But as you know, eBay and Amazon is the most powerful website where you could make your sales. Now let's take it again. Let's just brief it. Number one, you need to figure out your niche. That means you need to figure out the area at which you want to penetrate. Number two is to find your drop shipper or your wholesaler to supply your products. Another thing is your selling platform where you want to make your sales. And number three, the last one is to keep your profit after your sales. Thank you very much. But there is also something that comes up. I just thought of it. You could also do this locally. Let me set an example. For example, if you are scared of drop shipping outside, maybe because of the disadvantages, you could just look for a company or a store offline, promote it online. When the sales come, tell the company to ship to them, or you go and buy it and ship to whoever is selling. For example, let's talk about books. We have millions of motivational books. All you just need to do is just to do a little summary on those books, why people should buy it, why people need it. Whenever they make their order, you go to those stores out there, you buy it, then you ship it to whoever is requesting. That's an example. Or you could just partner with someone, maybe a company in electronics, maybe LG company and so on. Just citing an example. You promote their products online. When people request, then you ship to them. So those are samples of what you could do offline also. Thank you very much. I think this particular section is powerful and is educative enough. I want you to watch out for more of our entrepreneurial and training materials. My name remains Prince Yemi Kasali, but before I go, I would want you to look into our networking program just to sort for more money to empower your entrepreneurship business. And all you just need to do is to let people take advantage of these our entrepreneurship materials, and you keep some profit while you promote our entrepreneurship material. I think you'd see we are trying our best to make educative materials for you. If this is good for you, you know it's going to be good for a lot of people. So I would advise people to subscribe for our program so that you can earn and they can also profit. Thank you very much.